The Lou Interactive Playground is a high-tech fitness space designed for children and young adults using advanced technology to promote physical activity. And that has been utilized in some gym classes throughout the school district, which has already led to some incredible results. And here to tell us more about the Lou Playground and the Lou Gym, we have the gym teacher for Scotch Elementary, Nick Rotter, joining us on The Splash today. Nick, glad to have you with us.
Good, how are you?
Really good, and really interested to hear about this great thing, the Lou Interactive Playground. How has that changed the way that you approach physical education at Scotch?
Well, being able to incorporate this new technology into the PE space has just been able to kind of interact with more students and kind of get them more engaged into being active and living that active lifestyle.
Oh, that's great. And just hearing about this, it sounds like one of those things I wish I had when I was a kid, because that would make gym class so much fun and so engaging for everybody. What are some of the most popular games or activities with the Lou Playground that you guys do, and what makes the students drawn to them?
So the kids absolutely love this new system that we have. It brings a different approach into the PE space. It's been very hard to incorporate technology, but now with using this, the kids don't view it as physical activity. They're viewing it in a fun way, and they're looking at it from a different perspective. Some of the more popular games are targets. There's a Candy Crush type game and stuff like that that the kids are able to use. And the technology's adapting every single day. They're adding new games, and we're able to connect with students at a better level. Those kids that might not be drawn to PE are now being more engaged in the classroom atmosphere, and they're willing to participate and go above and beyond and trying to improve their physical activity.
Yeah, and all of that is great as it's helping to get these kids more and more active. And I want to go into a little bit on something you just said, on how this technology is helping to engage students who don't typically enjoy traditional PE activities. What have you seen from some of those kids?
All the students have loved this so far. They come in every day and they ask if they can use the Lou every single day, which is not possible, but the kids who typically might not enjoy the traditional PE aspect, they view it more as kind of a video game that they get to play, and they're immersed in the video game itself. They're throwing a ball, interacting with the target, or interacting with the different aspects of the wall or whatever activity that we put up. And the kids have all been super engaged and wanting to go and give their best and play and have fun with the ball.
Nick, I think that's how you know that you're doing something right, is when the kids keep saying that they can't get enough of something. That's when you know that something is sticking and something is working. Can you share an example on how the Lou Playground promotes teamwork and collaboration with the students?
So with the Lou, most of the games are team games and stuff like that. So the kids are broken up into teams, and they're competing with each other and helping each other out, where there's different games. There's a math game on there, for instance, where the equation will be put up and they have to throw the ball at the correct solution, which really helps incorporate that cross-curricular activities. But if a student goes up there and they don't necessarily know that answer, they have their teammates back there behind them that are helping them out, screaming out the answers for them. And it can get a little chaotic at times. We have to bring stuff back in. But the kids all are willing to help each other. They're wanting to help each other. They're getting competitive with it, which is great. But they've all been very good sports with it, and they understand the sportsmanship aspect of it, where, yes, you may win or you may lose, but you're still going to be a good sport with stuff, encourage each other, and help each other out with it.
That's amazing. Great to hear these kids are rallying around each other and supporting each other through these activities. For those just joining us on the Splash Live, Nick Rotter, the PE teacher for Scotch Elementary, is joining us right now to talk about the new Lou interactive playground that has been making a big impact with the school district. And Nick, I want to talk a little bit more about how the playground is using interactive technology support to help support cognitive development along with physical fitness. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, well, they're using it. They're not just using their physical ability and using physical fitness and stuff like that. They're having to think about stuff, whether we have the math equation up, the math game going, or other games like that. There's a Candy Crush games where the students have to understand what piece to remove in order to get the pieces in order to score points for their team. So they're actually having to dive in cognitively and think about different things that are going on in the games itself rather than just going in and running around or stuff like that.
That's right. It's important to keep aware of multiple things at once and to exercise your mind just as much as you should exercise your body. Now, Nick, how have you seen the students' attitudes towards fitness and exercise evolve since introducing this new space?
Yeah, like we talked about before a little bit, all the kids are super engaged with it and wanting to participate with it and use the new technology that we have. And I've seen a positive shift in the kids' attitude towards being physically fit and being physically active in class. Getting kids moving and active is my number one priority. And using this technology is another way that we can reach out and gain the attention of some of the students who, like we talked about, aren't typically enjoying traditional PE. This might kind of pique their interest more, and they're more receptive to being physically active and physically fit.
Good. That's always great to hear. Nick, before we let you go, one more quick question. Looking ahead, what impact do you think technology like this ultimately has on the future of physical education for the next generations?
I think it has a big impact. Anytime you can incorporate technology, where you live in the technology era right now where everything's ever changing and ever evolving, and if you're not evolving, you're going to get left behind. So I think incorporating this technology into our classes every day and being able to utilize different advances like this is very important to promote a healthy lifestyle and an active lifestyle for the kids going forward.
Great, and that's great, all of the work that you do to help get these kids inspired. Nick Rotter, the PE teacher for Scotch Elementary, we thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much for having me.